What it do, YouTube? We back with another tutorial using the X-ERGO. But first thing first, you want to start by combing everything in place. It's hard to do a fade when the hair is not laid in its natural direction. So you want to get you a comb or a brush section in before turning your clippers on. By the way, my client right here is Marine. He one of my favorite clients, you know what I'm saying? This is probably one of my favorite haircuts to do. We will be doing a high ball fade. So keep that in mind when I'm setting in my first guidelines. We're doing a high ball fade. As we all know, the X-ERGO comes in 3 different color choices. I went with the all silver, and I put the silver Babyliss blade on there. You know what I'm saying? Because I want mine to match. But it is a taper blade just like the one that comes on the clipper, but I just wanted mine to match, so I put a silver Babyliss blade on mine. But right here I'm going in with the #1 guard all the way open, cutting the top down to the desired length using the #1 open. By the way, I call my clipper the silver bullet because I'm taking lives. I mean, I should be saving lives, but y'all get what I'm saying. Everything got a name. You name your car, don't you? If you name your car, subscribe. Matter of fact, drop in the comment if you name your clippers. I know I ain't the only one, or am I? Let me know if I'm crazy. Right here, I'm going in with my lever all the way closed, setting in my first guideline. Remember I said this is going to be a high fade. So I'm setting my first guideline in at the bottom of his box or the bottom of his hairline, whatever you want to call it. That is where I'm setting in my guideline for this high ball fade. And right here, I'm going in with my lever all the way open, setting in my second guideline, keeping it parallel to the first guideline. Keep in mind that I'm letting the blade do its job. I'm not doing no extreme flick out. I'm just letting the blade of the clipper ride the shape of my client's head. Now I got my lever at halfway, coming up halfway in between the first and second guideline. I'm not going all the way to the second guideline, and I'm coming up halfway past the first one. Now I'm closing my lever all the way up, and I'm erasing that bottom guideline completely out, using only the corner of my blade. You gotta use them corners, man. Remember that. You ain't gotta use the whole blade to get a line out. Use them corners, man. On the back, I'm going to be doing the same steps I did on the right side of his head, but keep in mind the growth pattern may be a little different at the back. As you can see on the left side of the back of his head, his hair grows towards the left, so I got to fade towards the right to get that hair to cut down to the length I want it to be. So always remember, your client hair growth pattern might be different. Even on the side, sometimes the hair growth might be going in the opposite direction of what you used to. But as long as you keep that in mind, that you have to fade going against your hair growth pattern, you'll be a-okay. You know what I'm saying? So just when you combing the hair out in the beginning of your haircut, before you even cut your clippers on, Make sure you pay attention to the way his hair grows, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta fade in the opposite direction. So just keep that in mind and you'll be alright. Pay attention to the growth pattern, man, and use them cones. Now I got my number one guard with the lever all the way open, creating a transition from the fade to the hair length on top. You're not gonna see much of a guideline with this. Remember, we cut the hairline down with the number one guard open going with the grain. So coming against the grain is just making that area a lot more smoother and creating that transition that we need from the fade to the hair length on top. And now I'm gonna close the number one guard all the way up, and I'm gonna come down slightly lower than I was with the number one open. So I'm coming right underneath where I was with the number one open with this number one close. Again, I'm creating a smoother transition from the fade to the hair length on top. Now I got my number one guard still in the closed position, coming down with the grain to smoothen out that transition that much more. Gotta smooth it out, man. And now I got my zero guard on with the lever all the way open, and I'm finna go in and erase that middle line. I'm gonna soften it up with the zero guard open, and then I'm gonna come right behind the zero guard open with the zero guard closed, and it's gonna erase that second guideline we put in completely. Now I'm closing up the zero guard, and you about to watch this second guideline we put in disappear. Watch it disappear. Make sure you fading and combing, man. Make sure you fading and combing. And make sure you using them corners, man. Make sure you using them corners. But for real, I'm explaining why you need to be fading and combing. Cause every time you fade the hair, it moves that hair and that hair stays where it's at. So the reason you want to fade and comb is because you want to put the hair back in its natural state of mind. You know what I'm saying? You want to comb it back in its natural direction so you can see what areas you need to hit a little bit more, or what areas you are done with. You know what I'm saying? And the reason you're going to use them combers is because you aiming at any dark areas you still see in your fade. Point blank period. Use them corners, use that comb. Now it's detail time. I'm using no guard all the way open, which fades right into the zero guard close. So I'm using the corner of my blade to detail my fade. I'm aiming at any dark areas I see, using them corners, man. Now it's time to bald out the bottom portion of my fade. I'm using a 6-0 Wahl blade that I put on my original GAMMA X-ERGOs, and I use that to bald out with. If y'all would like me to drop a tutorial on how to put this 6-0 Wahl blade on your GAMMA X-ERGO or any clipper of yours, please drop a comment and let me know down below. Now it's time for the lineup portion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk too much. Y'all know how to do a lineup. You start in the middle, work your way to one side, start back in the middle, reset yourself, and work your way to the opposite side, keeping everything symmetrical. If y'all want a full video detailing how I do a lineup, you know what I'm saying, drop a comment for me. But the X-ERGOs, them things fire. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and cop you a pair. You know what I'm saying? Them things quiet. You know what I'm saying? Relaxation requires quietness. You know what I'm saying? Your client come to you to get a relaxing haircut. You know what I'm saying? And them ergos, them things so quiet, your client might fall asleep in the chair. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure y'all subscribe. Leave me a comment if you got any questions about this video, anything I used in the video. Drop me a comment. I reply to everybody. Y'all stay blessed. MikeWillBlendIt. I'm out.